We've all dreamed of the amazing wonders outside of this country. Today you will walk into your dream of everlasting paradise as you learn of the culture of France, from the different meals to the amazing variety of wine straight from the country itself. There are many adventures waiting to be explored. Furthermore, through my experience of visiting France many times through my life, I've learned of many cultural differences between the United States and France. The first one being the way that they eat their meals. They tend to eat very late dinners. So every time we go there, I must adapt from early meals in the United States to late meals or dinners, I should say, in France. On October 6, 2021, Anna Ryder wrote an article called The Strange French Food Habits That Confuse Foreigners, in which she stated most French people eat dinner at 8 p.m. or later. Some French families, especially if they do not have young children, may start the dinner as late as 9 or 9:30 p.m. I'm sure you would have never guessed that they eat dinner that late. We all have been in a situation where we go out with some friends at night and we end up getting so busy that we cannot eat dinner while we're out. So we wait until we get home at 8 or 9 p.m. and we eat dinner then. I don't know about you, but I am starving at that point, and I don't know if I could do this every night. I couldn't imagine having to do this every night, but maybe that's just me. With that still in mind, what if I told you they also don't snack? However, they tend to eat a big meal for lunch to make up for it. I don't know about you, but I always snack during the day. Anna Ryder said, considering French people famously don't snack, they must survive a long break between lunch and dinner. The solution is that lunch is the biggest meal of the day. Americans and people from Commonwealth countries may have a simple sandwich for lunch like ham or peanut butter sandwiches, but French lunches are typically more substantial. For comparison, I have put up a picture of Americans' average lunch and the French average lunch. I don't know about you, but the size difference isn't enough to keep me from snacking because I always snack during the day. So despite a big lunch, snacking is still a must in my life when I go there. Of course, I love learning new ways of life, but this is not something I will begin to do in my life. At least not now, as I am a young adult. The bigger lunch, on the other hand, does sound very nice to me. Lastly, I know we all like food, but I can't leave out the amazing information on how high France is in the wine-making industry. The reason is because in France, this is a must at every meal, which why would it not be? You can drink almost any wine you want, despite anything. It's at the foot. It's so easy for you to get. On November 8th, 2020, James Suckling wrote an article called All About French Wine, the 9 famous wine regions in France, in which he wrote, France remains one of the top wine producers, with wines of every style and quality level, coming from hundreds of unique appellations across the country. For an example, I put up a map of the 9 main regions within France. While looking at that image, you may think accessibility is hard, but it really isn't at all. To think those are just the main industries in France producing wine. There are still many more throughout this small country, and that is crazy. The accessibility on the wines is so easy to get. I know most of us aren't of age, but there you only must be 18, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to try some of the most unique and native wines while in France. I can assure you, you will not be disappointed. Through this speech, I hope that you have learned of a few amazing traditions of France that you can only experience if you were to go there. So if you're not scared, take a step out of your comfort zone. Make a trip and try the traditions of France for yourself, from the food to the wine and the many other things you'll learn along the way. You might be able to take some of these traditions back with you, but the wine will have to stay. So I'll leave you with a picture instead.